Hi everyone, the Island Stack here. Welcome to another video. So, as you can probably tell, this is going to be a video about the Tudor Beast series. So, for those that may or may not be aware, the next coin has been released for the series. So it's the Queen's Lion, I think the coin is called. So I've just taken delivery of it today. So we have it here. So I'm going to open it on camera with you guys and see if the quality is any good for a main thing. The cost of the coin is another thing that I struggle with the Royal Mint. So the prices have gone up again. So for me, it seems like a case of they release two or three of the coins, wait 6 or 8 months, and then release another 2 or 3 coins. So therefore, then they can justify bumping the price up again. So this coin was £95 when it was released in 2022. So it shows how long they've been dragging this series out for. So it's now in its 3rd year. This coin here was £123. So I've sent another email to the Royal Mint to question this and got the same sort of copy paste answer: due to increased demand or increased costs for raw materials, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. The gold price has increased, etc etc. So I'm waiting for a response from them on my follow-up email, because I'm sick of them using the same excuse over and over again and just repeating the same thing, expecting you to just say, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine, I'll accept the massive price increase. I've quoted that the terms and conditions also on their website say that they should notify anybody of any price increase prior to any orders going out, so that you can confirm if you're happy to still proceed with the order, because 95 for this coin when it was released was still a massive markup on the actual weight and metal value. So it's getting astronomical, because I think silver, when I looked, is just over £30 an ounce. So you're paying nearly £100 in premium for whatever it is that the Royal think that they're adding to be able to justify that kind of price. But as I said, once this coin collection or series is over, I'm not collecting any silver proofs or any silver from the Royal Mint or anything like that, because it's just astronomical, the value that they think that they can charge for these type of coins. This is number 9, thankfully, so there's only going to be one more coin. See how long it takes them to release that, and if it's going to be another price increase between this coin and this coin. All I can say is I thought I'd have been over with this series a long time ago, based on this one coming out in 2022. It's going to be a very expensive paperweight, this series, once it's done, in all honesty, because trying to recoup any of the value that's actually stored in this series is never going to happen. Maybe once I pass this on to family members in maybe 100 years, it might actually be worth what I actually paid for it, but we shall see. So back to this coin. So packaged up on the 24th of September. As of recording this, it's the 3rd of October. So they've been stored up for a couple of weeks. Similar standard packaging. So as we've seen with the other coins, Royal Tudor Beast, the Queen's Lion 2026. So I'm surprised that we've got 2026 coins now, with it still being October. I'm not sure what the cut-off point is for when they decide to switch over into next year. Seems a little bit early in my book, but that'll probably be due to the Sovereign release coming out soon in November. I think they normally start releasing those, so that'll be another marketing pile of steaming, whatever explicit you want to refer to that is, because they'll start banding on around it's the first non-rose gold sovereign in however many years, blah 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 blah, trying to make it sound like they're doing something special when they're really not. Anyway, back to this coin. So I'll take it out. The booklet, see what the lion design is. I'm trying to figure out what that is on the front then. It kind of looks like a funky cactus, but I think it's a pear maybe, or a tree with a vase. I'm not entirely sure. If anybody else can figure out, it might say in the back of the book actually. It normally breaks down the design. So I'll just flick through the little booklet. Please pause if you want to read any of the bump that you get from this. Obviously showing you the statues and stuff outside Hampton Court, which this series is based on. Just some more blurb around that. So, there we go. Flowers alongside Phoenix underline Jane Seymour's promise of fertility. I'm still not sure what that thing in the middle is. Maybe it's a tree. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the little booklet. Now on to the coin. I noticed that the mintages have dropped for this release. I think some of the earlier coins were 5,000. So I've got 1631. And if I remember correctly, yeah, so there's only 2,500 of these being released. So I presume that's based on the fact that this series really hasn't sold very well and hasn't done anywhere near as well as the Queen's Beasts that preceded it, which I didn't expect it ever to. The designs I don't think live up or match the Queen's Beast series in any way. I still would like to complete the full set. I know I'm a couple of coins behind in the quarter ounce series, just with funds not being available. Yeah, standard Royal Mint, the capsule's not even on tight. So there we have the coin. I presume this is just stuff that's on the capsule itself. I'll have a quick look under the magnifier in a second just to see if there's any sort of things, imperfections. Now I have to say, given that some of the other designs have been quite what's the right word, where the design is where they're sort of the designs of the animals is sort of sat down, I have to say I think I prefer this slightly more dynamic pose to say the lion here where it's sat on its hind legs. Having this sort of slightly more upright positioning does, I think, add to the design, makes it stand out a little bit better than say this one. It's obviously got the shield and emblem on it as in the booklet, and then I'm sure on the back we've got King Charles. So £2 2026, as we said. The good old normal stuff, just checking. Can't see anything. Maybe if we zoom in, let's have a look. Looks like potentially some not quite frosted sections there on his ear. It's hard to tell with the capsule, but compared to when this series was first released, the quality has definitely improved. It's nowhere near as bad as when the first Seymour Panther coin came out. I think I had the reverse frosted proof set. I think I sent it back 6 or 7 times. They gave me a free one in the end, and at which point I just sold it because I just wasn't entertaining the idea of keep going back and forth with the Royal Mint over the quality of the coins that they were sending out. Again, there's some slight frosting break there, if you can see, just off the side of the main, which isn't the end of the world. I'll have a quick look off camera just to have a look under the the magnifier, sorry, just to see if there's anything that's a little bit more obvious than that one dot that's on the lion's body. I can't see anything. I just have a quick look at Charles's side just to make sure, which looks okay. There's some obviously there's some fibers in here, which is probably from the box, but all in all, not too bad. I have to say, like I said, the quality's definitely improved since this coin was released back in 2022, and this one still looks okay. I'm surprised it hasn't sort of started tarnishing. I know some Royal Mint coins that are a few years old, especially silver ones, start tarnishing quite quickly, but it's good to see that this one still looks relatively fresh, being nearly 3 years old. So that's the 9th coin in the collection, the Queen's Lion. Let me know your thoughts on this, if you like the design, if you don't like the design. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Cheers.